And we are back with another episode of Two for the Culture. I'm Justin Devonte.
Steve and Ray.
Yes, sir. We back.
Again.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully I don't get it right. Yeah, I recorded 30 minutes of podcast, and the video you'll see is on YouTube. So, yeah, somehow I did not know that our memory card was not in there. Mm-hmm. And we had 30 minutes of just talking.
Hey, man, we're in abundance right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to get back and get you guys another episode here. But, you know, it was a good conversation, just talking about life. Probably wasn't meant for, a podcast. Yeah, because I feel like I was being a little bit vulnerable, but I was trying to keep it,
I think it's still very, very great information for people who are who know nothing about steps to like building wealth. And there are probably people out there that are in that position that they can do what has happened with you. It's in like their kids, or I can have this house, I can like give this to somebody, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I even think how tough, like, of course I'm not a single father, let alone a single mother who has obligations to their child and are like confined in their own situation. Like how tough that is, and how much of a life you really don't have,
right?
So I can only imagine.
That's crazy. I definitely very, very thankful of where I'm at right now. Just knowing how life can be for other people. Yeah, so it's super important to just like lock in. Like I told you, like the gifts and shit that are given to each and every one of us. I feel like that shit is so important to like lock in if you can. Yeah, I feel like that shit can change everything.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I need to do, because there's a lazy element that I do have, that I have, there's a lot of hard work I have, but there's also that laziness that I feel, and I need to get over that hump, and the time is now. Yeah, so you want to get into the BS?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
Let me. You have something?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Lil Nas X. Have you heard about him?
Yeah.
That he's.
Go ahead.
That he was locked up for apparently being high on drugs, being half naked in these LA streets.
Yeah, I saw him like walking around and saying, "You coming to the party tonight?" Yeah, no, I definitely saw that. Do you know what area that was?
No, I thought that was LA, right?
Yeah. I wonder what area that shit was at.
Was you familiar with LA like that?
In a way.
Oh, okay.
In a way.
That'd be crazy if you just passed by, you saw Lil Nas X in his underwear.
Yeah, I wouldn't stop. No, shout out to him.
Yeah.
I definitely like his music though.
You do?
Every time he releases, the videos are starting to get a hard watch. That was not the right words to say, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, but the songs are usually really good.
I got you. I mean, I'm not a fan just because the controversy with that one.
The Devil joint?
Yeah.
That popped up in the back of my head too.
Yeah. So
was he dancing with the devil?
Twerking on the devil. He was doing a lot in that, and that's like, okay, you're alienating your audience, and
oh God,
for what?
No pun.
What was the ultimate message? It just seems like it was a unnecessary next added step into promoting your record. Because like with Old Town Road, it was like,
Kyle loves that song.
I mean, it was a great tune. At first it was just like a fun record, and then it was like, okay, I think he somewhat upset old, country audiences. Like, this is not country, and it created somewhat of a controversy. And so I feel like he doubled down, and he's a natural troll anyway, into trying to make a controversial Christian audience to be upset at his record. He had
like the devil shoes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That was supposed to be like blood in them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think
it's kind of genius marketing.
Well, it depends on how you look at things, because in the religious side is like, all right, God ain't going to truly bless you if this is where you at with it. Yeah. So you're ultimately going to downfall if you don't have God on your side. I feel like.
Yeah.
Truly. So seeing some of this, it could be maybe another thing of him doing that, but it also can be actually him going through it, which I feel like at some point that's going to be essential. Yeah.
You know, I thought about this.
Going to happen. I mean, saying
I definitely feel like this. What do you think? What do you think is worse? I don't know why I thought about this. I thought about this like yesterday. Let's say you're dating a girl, right? And she gets mad at you, right? And she gets really fucking upset. Maybe you smashed her mom, like something like that, right?
That's wild.
I know, but I'm just saying it prefaces like her reaction, right? Maybe that's not the best thing. Now that I thought about it, just because like you're in, forget it. Either way, she's super mad about something.
All right.
And her reaction, there's two reactions. Which one do you think in her life is worse? Which one do you think is worse? All right. First reaction is she has a car and she drives it like damn near through your place. Right? So you're chilling upstairs, downstairs, whatever. You hear a boom, and then there's a big ass hole in your crib now. She's fine, but she just like really just messed up your whole crib. Right? Now you got to get it fixed, blah, 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 blah. That's number one. Number two, she finds your Bible and she cuts it up and maybe burns it, whatever, and then you come back to your house and then you see that. That's the only thing. Not your clothes, not nothing, but just your Bible. Which one do you think is worse? For her sake.
Yeah,
not for yours, but for her sake.
I mean, for her sake, I mean, that's just a load of questions because I'll have a ton of questions on both sides.
Yeah.
Why are you choosing my Bible to cut up and burn? Like, that's me cheating on you is like, that's why you think that's going to get back at me. And it's like, so what is your thought process? So I'm going to be more confused at the Bible than you running into my house. Because one, that would be just extremely, you're like, why are you hurting yourself to hurt me? Yeah.
So you think like she would be hurting herself more with this one?
I would have more questions about the Bible in particular because I could just go out and buy a new one.
Right.
Why did you choose a Bible to try to hurt me because I did this thing? So that one, the other one I can somewhat rationalize. Yeah. But it's just still insanely crazy to do. Yeah. In general. So I'm gonna have more questions with the Bible. Yeah. Not to say like which one's bad or worse. It's like that's devilish behavior. That's like very demonic to choose my Bible.
Yes.
And everything.
Right.
Like I expect like it'll be different if you broke my work laptop. That's harder to replace, and I have to come to my superiors and say, "Hey, I need a new laptop because my girlfriend broke it." And I'm like, so there's a lot to explain. So it'll be you're actually going to take something away from me if you did that, versus me replacing my Bible through Amazon. Through Amazon. Yeah. Just I'll get the Bible next day. You know, I'm like, okay, now. You're crazy for real. Like that's like very demonic and crazy, and not to choose that because I don't even have my Bible be open like that, like around just for you to find. You know, it's not like like I just got the first thing I know. He goes to church every Sunday, so that was the first thing I saw. Yeah, you're not going to see it like that. Yeah. So for you to like methodically, I guess that's a word or the word to use to choose my Bible will be very creepy.
I thought about that when I was, you know, like I read a chapter like every day, basically,
which is really good.
So I appreciate it.
Do you know what chapter you're on now? Not to
the book I'm in is Exodus now. So I finished Genesis.
Okay, how you feeling?
I feel good, bro. I feel good. That shit just feels really good to read that. You know, like I said, like one of my main reasons for doing it is, of course, clearly to get closer to God and all that. But the other part is I feel like it's the law of the land. So like I feel like I could just learn more about being a better human being, what to do, what not to do, and even situations that I haven't been in yet. And when it comes to me, I can remember like, okay, like if I get a whole lot of money, like I need to be like Joseph and just like fucking put this shit to the side, and you know, so I can eventually feed myself and people, and
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying?
You talking about when he was the prophet
Under the Pharaoh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So just random, just like taking random things and being like, all right, this is what this is for me in my life, like, and I've seen it, through the Bible, the law of the land. So that's why I do it. But I just know I have that cycle, or that what's the word? The stuff that you do all the time, repetition. It's some word. But I do that. So I was just thinking one day, like, what if I made a girl something and she like cut up my Bible? And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. Like, and I was thinking, I was like, damn, I would not rather, but if she did something like my laptop was down there, my life, for real. So like if she broke that shit, and I can like kind of understand why you broke it if it's like that crazy. But like to go after the Bible, that's wild. And I feel like if somebody were to do that, like your karma is fucked. Like it's in my eyes. Cause then I just think of everything spiritual or whatever, and I probably like pray over that and get the new Amazon book and like, hey, can you like transfer this energy to like this one? But yeah, I feel like the shit, like her karma is like this shit over with.
Yeah, I don't look at it necessarily like that. I look at it because you could also repent and ask God for forgiveness, because you're a very long way from it. But when Saul became Paul, he persecuted Christians, so he was like literally killing active Christians.
Damn.
Yeah. And and then he converted and was a believer. And so now he's actually I know I'm not telling the story as accurate, but that's the overall point. It's like, hey, you actually can come from doing great harm to actually doing great work is essentially what I'm saying. And then so that's stuff you can come back from. But I would just wonder what was on your mind. Who am I choosing? Like, why am I see? Like, I feel like you should have made a comment about God and how you didn't believe in him, if that's what you own. For real. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how did I not see this?
Because she knew she was probably gonna get dumped. I had a friend, and his girl said like she didn't believe in God, and he was just mentally kind of like fucked. Like after she said that, he was just like, I would just see him just like thinking. Like after that, like around the crib, that shit was too funny. It would mess me up too.
And did she say why she didn't believe in God?
I don't know. I mean, it's usually like the same amount of answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is what it is. And
yeah. If God was real, why would babies die? Yeah.
Ask him, nigga. I don't know. Why would you do? But no, I thought about that, and I thought that shit would just like be super crazy. Did you hear about the story of this girl who I saw it on TikTok yesterday? So this girl had a Tinder date, and I thought about our shenanigans back in back in
you
college.
talking about that mobile home?
Yeah, the mobile home joint. And she said she was on Tinder in college. She said she was on Tinder, and she was chilling with this guy. The guy was like cool. He was a great guy, black. Both of them are black. And they had good conversation, and they even they had good conversation on the phone. Then she invited him over, and even when he came over, they were outside gardening together. Okay. So like, this is cool, cool guy.
He definitely trying to get some cooch.
He definitely. But that's how you can tell. Like, some dudes are like, bro, we gonna go inside. You know what I'm saying? But like, if he's watering plants and shit, like, all right, he's a cool guy to chill with. Clearly. Then she said when he came over, all of a sudden he kind of like snapped out of it, and he just started like yelling to himself, like, no, yelling loud as hell, like he's talking to somebody. She said his uncle.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking to himself.
Who's not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he is talking to himself, and he's like shouting, and it's like, no, I don't want to do it. Da, da, da. He looks at her. He says, I'm gonna kill you, you black bee. To her. She's like, you need to leave. He's like, no, I ain't leaving. I brought a gun. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. And like, she runs out, goes to the neighbor's house, calls the police. He's still in there. clearly he's crazy and doesn't have, I don't know, common sense. But he's still in there screaming at himself, knocking shit over. Police come, you get him, and go into his bag. Lo and behold, there is a gun there, ready to off this girl. And of course, that's the last time she was on Tinder. But I just thought about that. I'm like, man, like people are like really crazy out here, and I just thought about us.
How we randomly went to a lady's house, and that could have been very bad. And we prayed as we went. That's the importance of prayer.
Yeah,
Because it was back of the mobile home too. It wasn't.
There was no lights.
Yeah. And you know,
I sent my location to a man.
Yeah,
I ain't never did that before. I was like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
It's the last place I'm at.
And Tate said something kind of profound. He's like, if this is what you gotta do, you probably shouldn't be there.
Oh God.
Yeah. For sure. What was the question?
No, I was just saying like how
it just made you reflect on the moment we had of how it was reckless, and you know that was just we was young, very much so, and nothing came of that situation.
Yeah,
just for a good story of what happened.
Oh right.
Yeah. Now, if something, if this lady was possessed.
Now
that would be one thing. Like, bro, I'm sorry for having brought you here.
I was down.
Yeah. No, that's actually very scary. Yeah. I'm definitely I'll be, if a woman was doing that in my house, I would be terrified. I can only imagine how a lady would feel if a man's doing it.
Oh my God.
If you got to get out, he's like, who are you talking to? Yeah.
She said she moved and everything. She's like, she wanted that in her past.
Yeah. I would be, yeah. I mean, that's actually very terrifying. And she was just telling this on a TikTok as it's happened to her. Did this story seem credible? Cause
yeah.
Okay.
She didn't make that up. She was doing her makeup. It was coming from like clear memory. She was just like, yeah, then he and I stopped the movie I was watching to hear what that was about.
Because you remember that one Uber story where the Uber driver apparently tried to kidnap that girl. Yeah. I was like, bro, this is a false story. Yeah. So I don't know if I was to hear like this don't sound real.
Nah.
Yeah. Because when the Uber girl, she was like, I did everything in my power to make sure this wouldn't happen, and it still happened. I was like, yeah, that's not true. I was like, she made herself seem like she did everything right, and then the Uber driver just put his nose over his shirt, and like as if there's ain't holes in this, like he ain't gonna pass out from that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No telling.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds like the dumbest story. And then she never went any further than that. She didn't try to investigate, get him locked up. And then she took another Uber home. And I just took her another Uber home, and that was it. And like, yeah, come on now. This don't even sound remotely weird. Yeah.
Did you hear there's a body found behind a McDonald's with the head decapitated?
Yeah. My dad told me about that recently.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy as well.
Wild shit.
Yeah. I'm wondering how that happened.
I be thinking about that too. When I'm walking around, I'm like, damn, like what if... Well, most people that I see, I could like take out, but I mean, we talking about weapons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't really outrun a bullet. But,
yeah. You can zigzag though.
Huh?
You can zigzag.
Zigzag? Hell yeah. Fucking Dougie.
Like with what's his face? What's next Friday?
What?
What's Mike Epps' character? When he was running from Baby D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny. I think about that sometimes, but
running from Baby
walking.
No, I'm just joking.
I was walking. There was some dude, like some creepy dude, just walking behind me, and I turned around, everything, looked at him, and like he kind of like went the other way. I was just like, all right, that could have been something. If I like was listening to music, I usually I walk around with these on, but I wasn't listening to music that time. But that was crazy.
Yeah. It was one time I was in high school, and we was in East Nashville. My mom was going to church, and then she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And he goes, like to where I thought he was being funny. And then my mom was like, "Ooh," it was like, "Do you know him?" Like I'm kind of like, "No." Like, oh, he's actually creepy or homeless man, I'm assuming.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
must have a limited amount of friends.
yeah.
Or what if somebody did it back to him?
Like I was like mad then. I was like, I want to go back and confront him. Yeah. That's how mad I was. Like, I'm wasting my time doing that.
How old were you?
I was probably in high school age, 18, maybe 19. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I know I was around there because I was in East Nashville. My mom was going to Ramsey Street, so that visiting Ramsey Street a lot. So she was living in East Nashville. So I was probably sophomore year. In high school or in college. So probably 20, 19.
I was at Blockbuster one time. My mom got in the car, and then there was a dude who pulled up, and she had her window down, and then he was like, "Hey." And then she looked up. She didn't even say nothing. And he said, "How much?" I was like, I didn't even know what that was at the time.
Yeah.
But then my mom just like smiled and just like went away. And I was like, bro, dudes are crazy. Like when I thought about it later in life, I was like, oh my God. Like that wasn't like on the block somewhere. That was just at a regular Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So men are actually crazy as hell, for real.
Yeah. There's a couple instances that kind of spin off what you said. I remember being at the gas station. I was probably in my late 20s at this point. And then that guy, white girl comes in the gas station. You're like, I'm trying to pay for that. Yeah. All I need is a couple minutes. Yeah. And she, she didn't engage, but the vibe, I could not see where he was coming from. Yeah. But it looked like she maybe could possibly be selling cat. Yeah. But so I could, if she wasn't, I could definitely see like, this is a little creepy. Yeah.
That is wild. I wonder. That's wild.
Yeah. And just stemming off the kind of like the homeless dude and how mental health is like how that guy wasn't happy. You be just laughing randomly
because he said "grr."
Yeah. Like
fuck, that's too funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do. I would either be spooked or laugh.
Yeah.
Or both.
I thought it was like he was joking. It's like a menacing face, but you think you're trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I took it. But yeah. I remember Uber driving, and then like I had maybe like cut a homeless man off while he was walking or something like that. And when I was going into their hotel, like say if the sidewalks and I made a right, and he had to stop abruptly, and then all he did was yell out like, "Ah!" Like. Yeah.
Wow.
So honestly, like I thought about it more. And it's like people were suffering from mental health issue, and it was slick my fault for sure.
It
like
was because you cut
him off. Yeah. But it felt like he had mental health issues, and he couldn't properly vocalize why that made him mad. You know what I mean? Like, you idiot, or like, I can't believe you did this. You know what I mean? So he just screamed.
A fucking Kendrick Lamar scream.
Yeah. And
I remember you was conflicted. What the fuck? That's too funny. Bruh, I would just laugh. That would be the best part of my week.
It wasn't that funny though. Like I kind of felt bad a little bit.
Because you cut him off?
No, like that he couldn't vocally, like when later on I didn't feel bad at the moment because like, it just happened and he just screamed. I didn't know where that came from, but when I reflected a little bit, I was like, oh, okay, he couldn't be like, damn, why you do that? Or be able to say how he felt. All he could do is scream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just felt bad that like, because he was homeless, it probably wasn't, it probably had to do with the fact that he's probably mentally unable and somebody's not able to assist. So that's kind of why I feel bad. Because when we talked about homeless before, like, a lot of homeless people are free, yada yada. He's probably of that small ill where he probably was suffering from different things. Yeah, exactly. So that one I kind of felt bad for. And it's probably go ahead. I'm sorry.
In my head, you know how like when you were younger, and you step on a crack, you break your mama's back.
Yeah,
You still do that?
I still think about it. Subconsciously.
To be honest, if I see a crack, I'm not gonna step on it too.
Right. Unless there's multiples, like I'm tearing up my mama's back.
Yeah. But I was thinking that's what he was doing. He was like, if I could just make it across the street with no interruptions. You come along. That's what I was thinking.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, he missed that one.
Yeah. But speaking of homeless, because it's just homeless people everywhere, and just in general, right? You're in a metropolitan city. It's just like exchanging of energies, right? And like how easily something as somebody putting up their middle finger can piss you off.
Yeah.
Like this dude, he was digging in his drawers.
Oh God, huh?
Yeah, digging in his drawers, and then he pulled up his middle finger at me. That made me mad.
No, he meant that shit. He meant that shit.
Yeah, and I was like, that for some reason really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like how. And I was just thinking, I was like,
shit was dirty and everything.
I mean, I'm driving by and he just like, dang, why he choose me?
Yeah.
And then I just thought about it. I was like, how easily, exchanging of negative energy, how that you receive that.
That shit real.
Yeah, and how that changed my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how I was like, why can't I just easily have waved it off?
Mm-hmm.
Like how is I able to receive that?
Yeah.
Through the car, I found it just like some of that stuff. Maybe I'm thinking a little bit more deeper than what I should on that.
I believe that though. Like the what I told you about like words in general and how intention about the dude, the Japanese guy and the water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like how you speak to the water and you freeze it and stuff like that. The words, it's not even necessarily words, but intention. I feel like it's energy, and it crosses language. It goes farther than language. So, like, you could like look at somebody or growl at them, and that energy can transfer. I guess if you allow it, but I believe all that stuff is real.
Yeah, I remember being at a gas station one time, and it's just like people are weird. Yeah. And this guy, he's rough looking. Like homeless rough looking, not like menacing rough looking.
Yeah.
And he gets whatever water and chips or whatever, and then at the end of it, he goes and flicks the cashier off. F you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, no, he just flicks him off. He don't even say nothing. He's like, the cashier's like, you okay? Yeah. He's like, no, I'm good, man. Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, I found that weird.
Yeah, maybe he just realized it didn't work. So he's like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Like he randomly flicked him off, like how like somebody would do the cops. You know what I mean? Like And then I was like, that was a weird switch of energy.
Yeah. No, he's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. No, I haven't really. Of course, I've seen crazy things at crazy people at gas stations. One time I saw the Arabian guy at 7-Eleven.
Who?
An Arabian guy at 7-Eleven. And this dirty white dude, kind of overweight. He definitely was homeless. The whole place smelled like him, just from him walking in. And he was in there. He definitely wasn't going to get anything. And then he just out of nowhere just said to the 7-Eleven guy, he's like, you saying nigger? I was like, they dropped some new verbiage out there. They dropped some new insults. I ain't never heard that shit before.
Yeah, that's one of them.
I ain't never heard that shit before. Yeah, and then I spoke up. I was like, I don't call him that. And and then he kind of calmed down. But to be honest, if he started talking crazy to me, I would have been a little spooked.
You're right.
Yeah, people that are out of their mind crazy. I don't know how to deal with that. Yeah. Like you can't. There aren't like conventional ways to deal with people like that.
Right.
So that was very weird.
Yeah. And so he just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always do that. Like,
did the cashier say anything or whatever?
Oh no. That's what you meant. The cashier, he just was like, yeah, just like it happens all the time, type thing. That was the first time I ever heard that. But
How did you feel about sticking up for somebody? You felt good?
Yeah, like 50-50. Because that has happened before. It was an actual black person. I just don't like that shit. I don't like hearing that shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but most from what I've seen is black people don't usually respond. The older generation, they don't usually respond, which is I think is a better way of dealing with the situation versus it escalating because you're talking to someone who is just like out of it, you know. I used to try to interject, you know, because I know that I don't know, like it's gonna sound like a little deep, but I know that, you know, like in those situations. One time I was in Burbank, and there was this black security guard, and you know, security guard, bro, like your job, you ain't making like hella bands. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he has good days and bad days. You could tell by a person's face. You know what I'm saying? And this older white lady, homeless, she just kept calling him the N-word over and loud, like everybody in the fucking store hears it at Rouse or Kroger.
And she was a homeless lady, you said?
She's a homeless lady. So it's like, you know, like, what are you really going to say to this homeless lady? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like so poised. And it just hurts my feelings, bro. Like when somebody, you can tell that this isn't new to them. You know, like he didn't get upset. He just like kind of looked away while she's still screaming this shit. And sometimes I just feel like I want to interject because I'm aware that I have like this light skin privilege, like this shit, that I can probably take things farther than someone who's darker than me. And knowing that sometimes makes me want to like be the one to do this, because whatever will happen to me is not going to be as bad just naturally. So yeah, so sometimes I will be in situations and just know that and how the world works and like use that shit. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the question was, but
no, I feel that to a certain degree. I don't necessarily feel that way like how you do, but I know that is a thing.
Yeah,
like I don't like, you know, my brother is dark skinned, my father is dark skinned, so you know I feel like black amongst them, but I do think that light skin privilege is a real thing, and I know that very well. I'm light skinned, and I see it when it happens, but I don't go into it thinking like I'm light skinned. This is, you know, will work out in my favor. But
I ain't say it's gonna work out.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like that's not like a thought I have at that moment. I'll play it out later on. And it's like it's probably because I was light skinned that I showed some favor to, or I don't look maybe as what somebody else may deem a darker skin menacing more than so myself, because my close friend Tevin, I feel like there's times to where he was probably discriminated against versus in my situation. But it was I remember I was in a car accident, and then, you know, a lady was telling her story. She was so ultimately what happened was a car had stopped to let her through, but I was driving straight, not seeing her at that stop sign because a car was blocking my vision. So I just see her drive out, and then so she drive out, and then so I kind of T-bone her but I had the right of way. She was at a stop sign. I was just driving on the main street, and she pulled out, not seeing me because that car was blocked. But we get in the car accident. The cop gets there, gets her story. Then he's like, "Okay, bro, what happened?" White man, you know, like
Yep.
Let's talk, because it's probably not, whatever she's saying is BS. You know what I mean? And he already came to that conclusion.
Yeah. Right.
And so when I self-reflect, it was like, okay, you didn't treat her as she like a citizen should have, because it's not like she wasn't telling a lie. She just thought that I was in the wrong. Yeah. And then he ruled it her fault, her fault, and then she was upset, but not like totally upset. But yeah, so I see it when it happens, and I self-reflect later. I was like, oh, it's probably because of this. But not to say you don't, but I feel like a black man, so it's not. I walk as if like. Sometimes I was like, man, I don't want to go through this thing with a bunch of white people off in one section, so I'll just move across the street. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if a white girl's coming in, it's her word against mine.
Yeah.
I'll probably just walk across the street and let her have the sidewalk to herself.
No, facts. Yeah. No, I mean I do that as well. I just remember, certain moments in my life where it was clear as day that, if I'm speaking a certain way or whatever, like it would be a different story with me than just my homies, my friends, like people that are darker than me. Like one time in Nashville, when we used to go to Vandy a lot, one of my homies, he's super dark skinned, and he was in the car, and then the police showed up because it was a tire that popped. And it was like raining, and we were on the side of the road, and it was weird. It was like, he's already dark skinned, right? And he had a black hoodie on. I had a black hoodie on, and he had it we always wear our hoodies like right here. And it was just something about the way the cop looked like in the car, and it was like, it was like when he looked at me, it was cool, but then when he saw him in there, it was like his mood changed. And I'm like, I felt that shit. And I'm sitting here talking to him. He didn't. He said something to where I had to follow up with him because I didn't know where the AAA or whatever, when they were coming with the tire. So I got out the car, and like I said, now his demeanor changed. And I like knocked on the. Did I knock on it? I don't even think I knocked on the window. I was about to knock on the window. And because he was just sitting there. Like he wasn't doing shit. Like nothing.
Didn't even have his flashing lights on?
Flashing lights on?
Like just for like people to pull over on the other side of or like.
We were on the side of the road. So
I'm just saying,
he wasn't
like,
blocking anything.
No, I'm just saying, but still people, they'll have the lights on so that they can pull into the other lane. So they're not, so they won't be on the same lane as you, even though you're on the side of the street. So it sounds like he didn't have his lights on. That
I don't remember that fully. But I just remember that, and then he started treating me weird, and I knew what it was. That was one situation. There was another situation where I was drinking a Truly's, which is like not that much alcohol in it. I was drinking a Truly's, and I got pulled over. And
while drinking the Truly's?
While drinking the Truly's.
Oh, okay.
And I did like the most I could to get that shit out of the way. I finished it real quick because it was a little bit left. I was like 1 minute away from my house. I finished it real quick. I like crushed the can.
Was you in Nashville or were you?
LA, Burbank.
Okay.
And I put the Truly's under the seat, and I pulled the seat up. So now the Truly's is crushed like under the seat or whatever. And I don't smell like bourbon or anything. It's a Truly. You can't really like tell. The registration of the car was out. So this is a situation of like, that he could do, I don't know. It can go as far as he wants to take it.
Right.
Basically. And he pulled me over, and then, I tried to talk as proper as I could. And once I seen him, I thought it was over. Cause I'm still thinking like you saying, like, we're black. Like, I'm fucked. Like, and the registration out, he find his Truly's and this bitch over with. And the man looked at me. I looked at him, and it was like this cop that had the cop mustache, bro. I'm like, it's over with. And he started talking to me, and he was just giving me grace the whole time. And I'm like, I'm talking to him. I can't even like believe I'm getting grace right now, because I'm like a little. I'm not too fucked up or whatever, but it's just like enough to where if he told me get out the car and he saw this, like it just would not have been a good thing. And he let me go, warning, no ticket, nothing, because clearly like that night he had bigger fish to fry or whatever. And as soon as I was driving off, I knew exactly what that was. Like I'm like, I was thinking about everybody, all my friends and shit. I'm like, would that have happened like that? You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you. I think it's just some police officers are cool, and some, you can never really tell, because I kind of judge them based off of the individual, who they are. So sometimes I had the same situation where my registration was I knew my tags were out. He's like, your tags are out? I was like, this was back when I was college, and I was like, yeah. I was like, I just don't got it, and he's like, I understand money problems. Yeah. And then he let me go. Yeah. But you got other guys that'll pull you over, get all the information just to see if they can find something on you.
Oh God.
Yeah. Because I had that. It's like, hey, did you know your license plate light? One of them's out. So he's asking all the information.
That's what happened to one of my homies.
Yeah.
And he went to jail.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I was thinking about him. I'm like, damn. But so that shit real. That shit is definitely real. I've seen it myself, so I don't know. Yeah. And there was another time too. I was on vacation with my girl at the time, and there was this little black girl, and she was thirsty, and she just wanted some water, and she couldn't reach it. She couldn't reach the thing, the water thing. There was a waiter. He was white. He kept walking past her like over and over and over and over again. And I just kind of like stood up, and I was just like, hey, can you help her? And then he just had this look on his face like, oh, like somebody checked me for that, type thing. And then he helped the girl out. It's just I just hate seeing shit like that. Like that shit is not, I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that many times with black women. Yeah.
What do you mean many times?
Just being like kind of overlooked. Yeah, just walk right past, if they're asking for something, or like if I'm working with if I'm working with somebody, they would like probably approach me versus her.
Interesting. Oh,
I've seen that a couple times.
Okay,
one time I worked for this company. We were on the street. You know how like you go to Walmart or some shit, and then sometimes outside they're like, "Hey, we're raising money for children with cancer."
Yeah.
And I worked there, and we were outside of a place in, I guess, a nice sort of area, and they would respond to me a little better than they would with her.
Okay.
And she was talking more than I was.
Okay.
And it was just kind of like, I just don't like seeing that shit. Because I mean, or being reminded how real this stuff is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So
was there more than one black lady instance? Because you said particularly with black women.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but those two stick out.
Do you think if it was your ex-girlfriend, they would have responded that same? They would have responded more to you still?
Nah, she's super pretty and like vibrant.
Okay, yeah.
And lighter as well.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just saying, I think that I don't know what this lady looks like.
Yeah.
But if they were just moving along, I mean, she doesn't sound attractive.
Not like.
Yeah. So sometimes I take that in consideration of what people may seem attractive is.
Oh,
and I think that has something to do with the
pretty
skin
privilege.
color. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And sometimes I'll be like, I do get grace in some situations. I was like, thank God I got good looking eyes or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. I get that too, and that's the whole thing. Do you feel like there's times where like you got pretty boy privilege or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I did have some way of thinking about that, but I'm pretty sure some people might treat me a little nicer just because of that and like the charisma aspect to it.
Do you think when you don't get play, you be like, do you not see that I'm good looking? Do you ever have that?
Play as in like I'm trying to get down on somebody?
Yeah.
No. I mean, nobody like treats me like I'm ugly. Like, ew.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that.
Yeah.
So not necessarily in that aspect. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a question on this chat GPT thing. Okay. How has a woman influenced the person you are today? How has women influenced the person you are today?
Everything. That's an interesting question. I wonder what question you asked for ChatGPT to ask that. But I mean, I came from a single mother. I have a grandmother, so those are essentially people that I look up to. I look up to my brother, but essentially it's been grown women. So they give. Especially my mom for sure, because I get a ton of guidance from her. I think she's highly intelligent. Of course, my grandmother as well. I tell her at a certain age you live so much that I feel like you're at like a genius level. There's like a grandmaster with you because you experience. So my grandmother's 70, about to be 77 next month, and it's just you see so much that you can tell stories of dating back when you're a child in the 50s. Yeah. Before civil rights and how people acted. You've talked with so many people, so you understand people well. You understand men, and you can understand your behaviors and self-reflect. Like that's so. In my, I've been especially. Lucky, particularly my grandma in this case, is like she's accountable for her actions too, so she can know where she kind of failed a little bit. And I said to her, I was like, when she was 40, I was like, when you was 40 or 50, did you think you knew everything, and now that you're in your 70s, did you know a lot at your 40s? She's like, shoot, I didn't know anything in my 40s. And then so I was looking at that. It's like you're 40, 50, when you was 40, 50, now that you're reflecting, you still don't know everything. I think at like 40, 50, you have this wealth of knowledge. And for you to be like, heck no, I didn't know a damn thing. And you're at 40, 50 years old and you feel that way. I was like, there's so much growth I got to go through that I don't even realize yet. Because I think like, okay, I got life together. I see what life is for real. The older you get, the more funerals you go to. And then she's like, I didn't know anything, and when I was 40, 50. So it's just the information that they give and their perception and perspective on things are absolutely huge. So they. Outside of my own experiences, kind of sculpted how a lot of what I think. Yeah. Yeah. And my mom, I go to her guidance so much. I extremely lucky about. I was like, you're my mom, so I wouldn't call you a mentor, but I just come to you with a lot of things, and you give such great advice. Yeah. What about you?
Very insightful answer. What the fuck? What was the question?
How did women affect your life?
Or like shape me?
Yeah.
I think they shape everyone to a certain degree. For instance, on the how do they shape me? There's so many different ways you can go about this because I think the connection with women has come from like the connection with my mom and my daughter the most. Yeah, it's like trying to understand women in general, which I don't think we'll ever figure that shit out. But just for the most part, I think that's where my connection with women in general comes from, because I had so much fun with my mom growing up. The essence of life in general, I feel like women have kind of poured into me without even trying, like the true essence of life, like living life. You know, like as a man, you know, you're like, oh shit, I gotta provide, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. And then you could be with a woman and she's just like, look at the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at, like, breathe out here with the trees and shit. Like, it's just like what life is like really about, you know. Chilling with my daughter, it's just life is just so much more than just what we have to do every day, or you know, men have a different story or whatever. But yeah, I think the essence of life in general, women have opened up my eyes to that, to smell the flowers while they're here, you know, like that's I've always remembered with, even with like a couple of different relationships, it's just there's a different perspective of life that you can, like, you know, really just take all this shit in and really appreciate everything, you know, that's usually not seen.